Yo, what's up? This is Tearod. Welcome back to my blog as I promote my book, The Best Idea I Ever Had, right now. That's right, you can find it on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, the Kindle, the Nook, and on iTunes. And as we speak, you can find it on TearodRobertson.com. That's right, you can find it on TearodRobertson.com. Look, check it out this week right here on Tearod TV. Look, I got my girl, my boy right here on TV with me right now. Check it out. I was walking through an event, a very exclusive event, I may add. Not that I get to attend very many exclusive events, but this one I just happened to attend. And as I was perusing down the aisle, and I was looking around the walls and looking across the ceilings, I just happened to catch some things that caught my eye. That's right. They were works of art. That's right. I have an eye for art, baby. I've got an eye for art. No, not really. Not really. Not really. But yo, I'm telling you, I caught some stuff on my eye.
No, you did. You have an eye for art.
What's up? What's up? You know what I'm saying? So look, right here, I got my girl Sanah and I got my boy Reggie right here. They do some stuff together. I'm telling you, this stuff is off the chain, it's off the hook, and it drives me where? Through the roof, baby. That's right. Through the roof. Yo, Reggie and Sanah, look, talk to me. Tell me about this art, baby. Tell me how this thing went down, how y'all got to moving around. I got to talk to Sanah, and she's talking about how y'all be laying stuff down together, and you be moving and stuff be coming up and going. I'm like, yo, that's crazy, baby. Yo, tell me what's up. Tell me how this thing go down.
Okay. Well, Reggie and I met about a year ago, and he told me he wanted to start to learn how to paint. So I had already had my business, which is called Salvation Through Art. And so I had been painting, doing custom portraits, doing weddings, and a lot of commission works and murals and stuff like that. So he basically told me he wanted to start learning how to paint. So we got in the studio and we started painting some ideas that he had in mind. And, you know, he just...
Really, it was just one.
Yeah, it was just one.
Yeah, it turned into a whole bunch.
So we started off with a Bob Marley piece, and he had this vision to create these iconic figures with quotes that they've, like famous quotes that they've had, and to kind of recreate them on canvas of them. So we started to collaborate on different colors and, you know, different ideas that we have for different quotes, and we just kind of grew from there and started making, you know, started creating some really awesome artwork.
Now that's what's up. That's what's up. Now, I mean, check it out now. Here's the real deal. Y'all hooked up, and you were already in the game, in the art game, and he said he want to learn how to do art, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, I saw some stuff that I thought I'd probably been in a France museum somewhere. I mean, it just can't happen like that. You don't just start painting one. You don't just wake up and say, I'm about to start painting. I mean, this had to take at least 10, 15 years, huh?
Truthfully, I've always been artistic in some way, I guess. You know, I've always been, I'm big on art, I'm big on poetry, I'm big on hip hop. So that was my inspiration and a small piece of what we're doing. But I wanted to find a way to connect with these kids through these iconic figures who a lot of them maybe look up to. You know, everybody knows who Denzel is and Tupac, and, you know, even like with some of our girls, they know the music of Jill Scott. So I'm like, okay, let's do these paintings. Let's find something that they said was inspirational, that was spiritual, that was motivating and uplifting. Not necessarily religious, but more spiritual and uplifting. And, you know, and a lot of times, you know, that one word that you say to someone or that one word that somebody reads can change your life. And that was really my inspiration behind it. And I think, you know, with Sanah being, with her background, you know, I'm really coming into all this. I spent 24 years in the military. And so coming out, I was like, okay, what am I going to do now? And this is where I'm at. And again, this is just a small piece of what we're trying to do. We want to take and tackle a lot of the social issues that are going on in the communities. You know, like the things that happen in Baltimore, homeless veterans, all the domestic issues we deal with, such as trafficking, human trafficking. What else? Domestic abuse. You know, crimes against children and women. You name it, we want to touch on it. We want to touch on it from a spiritual standpoint. And to give people a way that we think they can find answers to these things that they're going through.
Oh man, that's huge. That's huge. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, you kind of touched my heart when you said you're a rapper. You know, in the hip hop, because I always wanted to be, you know. Matter of fact, let me just freestyle real quick, because you know, rap is an art. Then I'm gonna try so. Other words, why would you try so? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I've been working. I ain't got no words to come behind it yet. But them my first 5 words, baby. Them my first 5 words. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. But yo, I mean, on the real tip, though, on the real, you guys are not like most artists, historically speaking, to where, you know, you're telling a story of what you've heard. I mean, you're bringing about social consciousness, some social awareness of some real life things that are going. You're bringing about current events, as opposed to, you know, the Mona Lisa when she just, you know what I'm saying, just took a peek. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yo, I mean, I'm looking at one picture here on my iPad. I mean, one it really caught my eye when I was walking through the event a few weeks ago, and I think several of the pictures had maybe two had something like this. And I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to get a story behind this, but I'm looking at the face. It's the blue face with the butterfly eyes. The blue face with the butterfly eyes. I'm like, yo, I mean, that's deep. I mean, I don't know. I mean, is something is something behind that, or is that just what you were feeling at the time, or how did that work?
Well, that's her baby. So.
Well, right now I'm currently creating a butterfly series, and so the Lord gave me the whole butterfly series to create, and it's called Experiencing God Through a Butterfly. So I'm creating 12 different multicolored canvases with different color butterflies. So that's actually the first one in the series, the blue one. And the background, which is the galaxy, symbolizes us before we came to the earth, and just the whole God's I guess will for us, his identity for us. And so it symbolizes heaven, and it symbolizes holiness, because the color blue in the Bible symbolizes holiness and heaven. So I kind of took the colors that I'm doing these butterflies in, and I researched about what color symbolism means in the Bible. And I also researched about just the whole anatomy of a butterfly and how they progress through time. And so the whole series is about basically tapping into your purpose through the metamorphosis of a butterfly. And so that blue one was the first butterfly that I created in the series. So I'm actually making 12, and I already have 5 created, which is the green one in the back is another one. And so actually it's a self-portrait of myself. So I photograph myself, and I use my face in the picture and all of the butterflies.
That's what's up. I mean, I didn't mean to go to church like that right then, but I mean, that was serious, baby. That was serious. I mean, you like talking about going to church and heaven and space and Jews and all that. That's deep. I'm just messing with you. But yo, check it out. Before I go back, because I really want to go into your story here in a minute. But I know you also said, you know, the way that you and Reggie come together, you know, you may drop down the canvas, and you start on one end and he start on the other end, and you guys bring that thing together, and it ends up being a true picture. I mean, talk to us about that real quick, if you don't mind.
Well, I know what happened. What we see what has happened now is that Sanah had a purpose, I had a purpose. God brought those two purposes together to inspire people. I mean, that's what we want to do: inspire people through the kingdom of God. That's really what it's all about. And what was your question?
How you guys? I mean, that's good though. That's good. I mean, hey, I'm telling you, I'm paying attention, my friend. I was asking about, you know, how you guys, you know, come together. Like you start on the canvas, and y'all working all at the same time, and when you finish, you got a finished product, and it's like, yo, how did this come out of two people just doing different things on different ends of the canvas?
Well, actually, our whole creative process is kind of like a blueprint. We sit down and we talk about what we want to create. So, you know, he came to me with the idea, you know, we talked about what we want to put in the background. And so we collaborated on these images, and we put them in a computer, and we kind of do like a draft up a spreadsheet of what we want it to look like. And the interesting thing is, a lot of the creative process it comes along as we're working on it. Like, we don't know exactly what we're going to do in the beginning. It's like, as we're working, we're like, okay, what do you think about this? Okay, I think that's cool. Let's do that. Like, we don't have all of the pieces from the beginning. And it's like all of our paintings kind of go that way. Like,
sometimes we do, though. Sometimes it may take, I mean, we may talk about it for a week or two. And then when we talk about it, that's when we're kind of like putting it together. And then once we're like, okay, let's go, just drop it on Man, really? On the canvas. Drop it on the canvas and start painting. And it's really that. And it sounds complicated, but it's easy.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yo, here's the deal. Here's the deal. I don't want to draw this thing out too long, but here's the deal. I think that there's because I think all this is important. This is going to reach somebody. If it only reaches one person, I mean that's good enough for me. But I think that there's a piece. I think that there's a piece here that you and I, Sanah, had a chance to speak about, or you had a chance to share with me the day that we met. And I think that this is a very important piece to probably somebody or maybe 10 people that could be listening and needs to follow their dream, follow their passion, or what you guys have been talking about, following their purpose. I mean, I was sitting in church one time and I heard a minister say that purpose was going without having a plan B. And when you and I were talking today, that's what really resonated in my mind when you were talking about how you were put in a position to where you were found to not necessarily have to, but kind of be forced to follow your purpose. Can you, if you know what I'm talking about, can you talk about that before we leave?
When I turned 17, I got saved. I gave my life to Christ. And so I would always pray the scripture that says, ask, search, and knock. And so I constantly would ask God what my purpose was. And I was really, really seeking and wanting to know what I was supposed to do with my life. And so when I moved to Texas, I was in a state of being very isolated. And so in that time was when God had revealed to me what I was supposed to be doing. But actually, I prayed to God and was like, God, I still have a lot of fear. So I wasn't willing to leave my job. And I kept going through these same cycles. I noticed these same cycles where every 3 years I would end up like getting fired from my job. And I felt like God was telling me to step out on faith and do my art. But at that time, I was just so afraid. I really didn't trust God. And so it happened another time. And during that time, I was fasting and I heard God tell me, that do not go back to work. He said, I don't want you to go back to work. I just want you to trust me. And so in that time, when that happened, I just said, you know what? I'm going to shut everybody out, this negative, people that don't believe in what God is telling me to do. I'm going to shut everybody out and I'm just going to take a leap of faith and just do what God was telling me to do. Well, I ended up getting fired from my job, and God has said to me, he said, I want you to operate like there is no backup plan, because he said, if you operate like there's a backup plan, you're going to procrastinate. You're going to feel like you have something to fall back on. He said, you need to operate like this is all you have. And you need to go after this like this is your only option, And so I did what God was telling me to do. And in faith, when I started moving, he started opening up so many doors for me, so many doors of just giving me favor with people. And the favor didn't necessarily come financially. People wasn't giving me money, but it was favors opening up opportunities and doors for me. And when that started happening, it was a floodgate was opening to the point where I knew that I was definitely on the right path. Wrong. You really have to go after it with like everything in you. Like you can't have that thing that says, okay, I'm going to have this backup plan, because that's really not trusting God. And so like the way that I did it was like, it wasn't really me stepping out. It was actually God had closed the door behind me. And so I couldn't go back. And so sometimes when God wants you to step out, he will push you out and make you trust him. And so, another thing that I wanted to say that's really important too is a lot of times us as people, we don't never feel ready. You feel like I have to have all of this stuff in line in order for me to start. And that's one way that we go wrong, is that God doesn't want us to think that way. He wants us to start now. Like, don't procrastinate and say, I have to have all this stuff lined up. You're never going to have all this stuff lined up. So what God did was he pushed me out and he said, you're ready now. But I didn't feel like I was ready in my portfolio. So when he pushed me out and I became self-employed, I really could devote everything to what God was telling me to do. So
okay, cool.
I hope that wasn't long-winded.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But look, before we get, because that's what we need. That's what I was trying to pull out. But hey, tell me this. Say, hey Reggie, how can we find you guys, man? How can people out there in Tearod TV, they're looking for you, they're trying to get at you? How can we find you guys?
Okay, my website is Kingdom Word Art. That's www.kingdomwordart. And then Sanah's is
SanahBrown.com.
Yeah, Facebook, Twitter.
We got Facebook. We got my Facebook is just SanahBrown.com, and his is Reginald Bowers. Okay, Reginald Bowers.
You don't know his name. Y'all just met. You don't know his name. That's what's up. Hey, well, look, Reggie, Sanah, look, I wish you guys the best of luck out there. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be doing some work together here in the very near future. And hey, I'm telling you, you got some hot pieces. And as soon as I can, when I get through rubbing my coins together and making them grow a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming out some of that work. You know what I mean?
Right on, brother.
That's what's up. Hey, thanks for joining me on Tearod TV Land.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
All right, see y'all.
All right.